News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Kleiman.
On a chaotic day in the FCS, the Bison rose above the fray and went about their business and chalked up a W. It was a hard-fought win. It was a gritty win at Northern Iowa. An offensive explosion in this one. Lots to discuss. And joining us on the set is head coach Chris Kleiman. And coach, I think what I'm most impressed about is this game showed you can win any game script. There was 87 points put up on the board, but you found a way to win that type of game.
Yeah, absolutely. So pleased with the guys. You never know how games are going to turn out, and everybody thinks, boy, the defense should do this, offense. It's a team victory, and I was so pleased with the way the guys responded, especially in the second half. And in that fourth quarter when we challenged the guys, we had to win the fourth quarter. I think we won it 28-0, and we were able to get a few stops, but offensively, I don't think they ever slowed us down. And so great job by the offensive staff and by the players.
And real methodical. You go down 14-0. Most teams would panic in that situation, not the Bison, though.
Yeah, we talked about it. We were going to have some adversity. We have adversity in every game, and just be able to control it and not let the adversity affect you, settle into the game, and then be able to make plays. And come down the stretch, we made a lot of plays.
Yeah, you did. Let's break down this first half here and take a look at this ball game. And it was not a big crowd. It was less than 10,000 at the UNI Dome, but it was a loud crowd. The noise bounces around in there. They took the ball and they set up the pass with a couple of runs right here.
Yeah, they did a nice job. We didn't play real well early on in this game. We just, it's something that can't happen. We just flat busted the coverage that you can't give a team a freebie touchdown. And the problem with that play is we kind of let it affect us for the next drive or two. And so something we've got to get cleaned up.
First offensive drive, though, you flip the field, get the field position in your favor a little bit with a couple of plays here.
Yeah, really good throw by Easton to Shep. We were able to get a few first downs, but weren't able to capitalize and finish the drive.
I think the big thing here, though, you get out to midfield, and then Wags pins him at the 8-yard line, so you did flip the field.
Yeah, and kind of sign of things come. We're getting big chunk plays that we were going to bust some later on.
Here they come, though, through the air. 16 yards here, 28 yards. Eli Dunn was playing well early.
I thought Eli had a really good game. I think he's a really good throwing quarterback. He's just not a real mobile guy. But when we cannot get pressure on him, and we couldn't on those two plays, he's a good enough thrower. They have good enough wide receivers to make it really tough on you.
They get one to the outside here, outside the tackle to the pylon. They're up 14-0.
Yeah, we can't lose the cup on that, and we're down 14-0. Just have us on our heels on defense. The one good thing is, like you talked about, nobody panicked on the sideline, just made adjustments.
Yeah, Darius Shepard was a factor all day, wasn't he?
Yeah, they couldn't cover Shep. We lined him up all over the place, and he's such a great weapon. And give it to him on the jet sweep, put him in the slot, put him as an outside receiver, and he just makes plays.
The last couple of weeks, Garrett Wagner has just been very impressive, knocking these punts inside the 15, the 10 at times.
Yeah, great job. We have everybody surrounded it, so he catches it on the 5, but we're hoping that we'd have kept it from going in the end zone. But that was a good job flipping the field.
The team swapped punts for a little bit. Now the Bison offense starts to really click here.
Yeah, now we're starting to hit the edge, and that was something that we really wanted to do, was in the run game, spread these guys sideline to sideline.
Great throw, great catch for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's something that we had worked on. The offense saw that there was a weakness on a seam route, and we hit Shep on the seam for a big score.
After this play, their early momentum is all but gone. It's a takeaway.
Yeah, and that was huge. We needed that momentum to flip, to get a big turnover. Marquise Bridges gets a big pick. It's a nice return, and now that 14-0 lead is going to be 14-14, and we're back in the game.
Bruce Anderson, just the last couple of weeks of this entire season, really has just looked fantastic.
He really has, and just a tremendous job of blocking by the Rams up front all day long. We had huge gaping holes. The tight ends and fullbacks did a great job as well, wideouts downfield. Great job here by Lance Dunn. They kind of let him go in the flat. They doubled the tight ends in the middle of the field, and good throw by Easton. Good job by Lance getting in the end zone.
4 plays after the pick, you're in the end zone. It's 14 all, so you made them pay. And the screen game, this was kind of a broken play, but they were throwing a lot of screens.
With the backs in general, we're catching some footballs, and we have to shore that up. That one was kind of a busted play, but they make the play, and we weren't able to stop it.
Lots of passing in this game, but Jalen Allison comes up big on this play.
Great job of not panicking when he was beat by a step. He was able to recover and knock the ball away.
Eli Dunn played really well. This throw was impressive.
Yeah, once again, he has time to throw, knifes it between the corner and the safety. The kid makes a great catch, and great throw by Dunn.
Yep, 21-14 UNI at this point. We had a shootout brewing at this point, lots of offense. But this drive, you really got the run game going, made a statement.
Yeah, great job by Bruce, just powering through. And we're starting to wear them down a little bit. You can tell we're running inside, we're running outside, and we're getting 7, 8, 9, 11 yards every play.
You know, Bruce's chunks, 15 on this drive. This is a 24 and just real burst up the sideline.
Yeah, their DBs couldn't tackle Bruce and Lance in the open field, and that was something that we thought if we could get to the second level, we had a big advantage.
3rd and 6 from the 8, option play. What a beautiful play call.
Great job by Coach Mess, Coach Riles, the offensive staff. We'd kind of been waiting on this one, and it was a great time to use it.
Yeah, 21-all at that point. Late in the half, they get a little momentum going again. They hit a big pass play here with about a minute to go.
Yeah, they do. Good job by Dan. We need to give Dan help over the top on that really good tight end. We don't, and so they end up getting a field goal right before half.
Yep, held them to a field goal, which is always good, but they do have the lead at halftime. So 24-21, a lot of points in that first half. You look at the teams were doing it in different ways. Rush yards big for NDSU, not so much for UNI. They had some pass yards, though. Eli Dunn had a really, really good first half. Before we get to the second half, the Dickinson kid who had a great game at Northern Iowa, Levi Jordheim, is on the Gate City Bank hot seat. Levi, what teammate do you relate the best to?
Dan Marlette.
Why is that?
They used to call us the Bash Bros as freshmen because we were kind of bookends, so.
Okay. What's your favorite member of the Bison coaching staff?
Coach Entz.
Okay. What sport did you try as a child that you failed at?
Hockey. I'm not a great skater.
How about your favorite Halloween costume?
That'd be the Power Ranger. I was probably that from 1st through 6th grade.
What did you get in the most trouble with from your parents?
Jumping off the roof of a small shed and biting through my tongue. They were not happy.
I wouldn't be happy either. Well, if you could be best friends with a celebrity, who would it be?
Tom Hanks.
Okay. What is the most expensive thing you would buy if you had unlimited money?
An island in Montana on Flathead Lake.
Good choice. Best summer job you've ever had?
Coaching T-ball in West Fargo.
Worst food you've ever tasted?
That'd be lutefisk, hands down.
We've had a few of those. What skill do you want to learn?
I'd love to be a better golf player.
Okay. Strangest tradition in your family?
I suppose Taekwondo. We're kind of ninja family, so.
All right. Thanks, Levi.
Thank you.
Coach, at halftime, I'm guessing you talked a lot about the defensive side of the football. 45 total points in that first half.
Yeah, we needed to shore up some things on defense, have better communication, make some plays, bottom line. And then offensively, we needed to control the football, continue to move the ball, score on them when we could, because we really thought we had them on their heels on defense, and we were able to do that.
No doubt. Let's roll the tape in the second half here. So you get the ball to start the second half as well. You run 6 plays on this drive, 5 run plays, 1 incomplete pass. You do have to punt, but I thought you did still send a message a little bit here.
Yeah, we did. We were able to flip the field, and we were able to continue to run the football. And I think every play that we had where we were gaining the positive yards and making their DBs have to tackle ultimately was going to be a sign of things to come.
And the pocket for Eli Dunn was not as comfortable in the second half as it was for him in the first half.
No, it really wasn't. We decided to bring some pressure on third down. We were able to play a little bit more man coverage, and we were able to get some stops.
These little special teams plays are huge, and this is a nice little return by Darius.
Yeah, we needed to have one explosive play on teams, and we were able to get one that, we had great field position anyway, and then Darius does a great job catching it off the hop and gets us inside their 35.
Christian Watson had 1 catch, but I think this catch shows what kind of ability he has.
Yeah, you wait and see. He's going to still be an impact guy this year. He's just continuing to learn and grow and get better, but that was a big-time play.
Darius Shepard again, what a big day he had, just big play after big play.
Yeah, just great anticipation. He faked to the outside, had the safety on his outside, and beat him across his face, and Easton threw it before he made the break. Those two are on such great page right now.
So the Bison finally have the lead. It's 28-24, but darned if UNI did not answer.
Yeah, they did a nice job. I was really frustrated. I think Coach Henson, the defensive staff, was too. We should have been off the field there and a couple other times. It just poor technique in whether it was our man coverage or our tackling.
That was a 3rd and 7. This is also a 3rd and 7, so they were staying on the field on third down.
They really were. 2 things that can't happen for you to be successful, and things that we have to be able to shore up and give those guys credit. They made the plays, and we didn't.
Got another 3rd and 6. This is a run for 12.
Yeah, good job by Weimiller. He's a tough runner.
All right, so this drive ends up, they get into the end zone here. It's a touchdown, so it's 31-28. Here is the touchdown.
Yeah, they do a nice job faking the screen, and they'd hit us on a couple screens, and then when the receiver faked outside and beat us back across the face, that number 4 is going to be a really good player for a true freshman.
That was their only points of the second half, though, so that's a nice little feature there. You really shut them down.
Yeah, holding them to 7 points. We have to get off the field on third down.
Big play here. This is a huge play that really kind of broke their back.
Yeah, we've been holding this play. We thought we had it on them last year, and we just misfired on it. This year we were going to get it on them. It was just the right time to pull it out. Great job by Coach Mess. Great job by Bruce of finishing the play, and they had a DB that could have made the tackle and didn't.
Short up third down here. You'll watch this play develop. It looks like he might have some running room, and then old 42 comes bursting out of nowhere.
Yeah, we needed to make a stop, and if we thought we could get a stop, I think we were going to score again because we had just worn them out on their defensive front.
Yeah, this is where you can really see they're worn out. I mean, the chunks, the runs were huge.
Yeah, they really were, and this was really a critical drive, and we were getting in the shotgun doing it. That's what I really liked is we said, heck with going under center. We're getting in the gun, utilizing our speed around the edge.
Mix and match Lance and Bruce here and just running right through them.
Yeah, just a two-headed monster, just continuing to roll those guys. And then we kind of held this play as long as we could as well and didn't want Easton to carry it a bunch, but he had a couple of really important carries in the fourth quarter.
Easton was fired up for this game, wasn't he? They had got him in the last couple of matchups, and he played really well in this game, and you could tell he got emotional here.
Yeah, he really did. He wasn't going to be denied, and I think that's the best player in FCS right there.
Yep, great play. It was really fun to watch him play yesterday. 42-31 now. Now the D is really locked in, and James Hendricks makes a very acrobatic play.
Now it is a third down, and we're end up getting out of it with James making a great play and man coverage on a really good tight end.
You know, Easton, you said he didn't run a lot, but when he did, man, was just efficient.
He really was, and they caved down the defensive end. He takes around the end, and you're just not going to catch him. He's faster than those guys.
Well, you get him into a 4th and 10 here. It's 49-31, so they're really up against it. So they have to go for these 4th downs. It's a 4th and 10 in their own territory. They go for it.
Yeah, they do, and they double-team Greg, and Greg stays relentless and gets after the quarterback with another big sack.
Adam Cofield finishes the game off with a big run. It's fun to get the backups in a big game like this on the road, and you're able to play some guys.
Yeah, and I was so happy for Adam. You know, he takes it to good job by the guys up front. He finds a crease, and he sprints for a touchdown. Big run. Great play by Adam.
28-point fourth quarter. How about that?
Yeah, that was pretty special. The guys were really excited about that. And we told them it was going to be a four-quarter game, and we dominated in the fourth quarter.
There's no question about that. 56-31. We'll talk about the significance of those numbers offensively in a little bit here. But NDSU, 523 total yards, 344 on the ground against that Northern Iowa defense. That's an impressive day by the Rams and the backs who were running with some intensity in this game. UNI, a lot of that was in the first half. They didn't do as much in the second half. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
A lot of people have been talking down on us running games the past 2 weeks. So we just had a good scheme. The Rams got to move, and the backs, we just were explosive this week.
Just be better. I mean, that was one of our worst halves of football this season, and the offense thankfully kept us in the game. We just knew that we keep getting the offense the ball, they're going to make more plays and get more points. So we would just get better at everything.
I think we were down 3 at the fourth quarter, start of the fourth quarter, hit that big play. I think after that we were like, all right, now the defense gets us the ball back. Let's go down and score.
I think our coaches made a lot of good adjustments at halftime that put us in better position to make plays. I know in the first half they were hitting us a lot of screens, and we were missing a couple tackles here and there. So I think we really shored up the tackling. We're able to stop them from turning 5-yard gains into 20-yard gains.
When you get more reps, you kind of see things differently. The game kind of slows down for you. So just putting myself in that position to, just working hard at practice week to week, watching film, so I'm able to slow the game down and I can just be explosive. Don't have to think. Just everything is just second nature.
Great comments by the players. There were plenty of offensive candidates for our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game. In the end, we settled on Easton Stick. He scored 6 touchdowns in the game, 4 through the air, 2 on the ground. Didn't throw it a lot or run it a lot, but when he did, they were huge plays. The efficiency was outstanding. Plus, he had to manage some tight spots with the Bison starting the game down 14.
We got down 14-0. They're pretty quick, and nobody flinched. It's a gritty group, and I think we showed how much love there is in that locker room and how much we care about one another just by the way we competed and played.
His demeanor and the way he carries himself is just so impressive.
It really is, and that's what you get every day out of him. He's not a roller coaster. He's even-keeled, and he's right. Nobody flinched. We talked about it after the game. We talked about it at halftime. Pick each other up, and offense picked the defense up yesterday, and that's the sign of a great football team is they don't point fingers. They just rally the forces and find ways to win.
Have a few injuries to sort through. Ty Brooks was not able to go this week. He was not on the trip. Noah Gindorf was also not on the trip. And during the game, Jalen Wimbush and Desmond Kane took a few dings. Sort through these for us.
Yeah, Ty and Noah, we hope are within the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Jalen, we hope will be back within a week. Desmond, we probably lost him for maybe a week or two. Jalen's one that hurt us during the game because it took us out of all of our nickel stuff in the second quarter.
No doubt about it. Hopefully those guys get healthy, but pretty short injury list. That's good. Darius Shepard, I wanted to talk about him a little bit, dive into his season so far. 17 catches, 319 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just overall, we see some of the plays from yesterday, but the impact he is having this year with no R.J. Erzendowski is just having a huge impact. He's that go-to guy.
He really is, and he's put it upon himself to learn so many different things, to play in the slot, to play outside, to get the jet sweep, to go across the middle with the tough catches when you know you're going to get hit and hang on to the football. Doesn't surprise me at all with Darius. I think he's a great football player, even better person, and already has his degree, and so excited for the season he's having right now.
143 career catches, over 2,000 yards receiving, 15 touchdowns. He's really had a tremendous career, not even just this year. He's just been a mainstay.
Yeah, he made some big catches over the years. He had one from the big redhead against UNI in the dome.
Yes, he did.
The Fargo Dome a few years back. But Darius is an impact player, and I think is a great football player that's got to continue to make those impact plays for us to be successful.
Also a massive one in the national title game last year in Frisco against James Madison. So the scoring, the significance of the points that were put up in this Northern Iowa game, it's only the 7th time in conference play that the Bison have scored over 50, and the last time UNI gave up 50 to an FCS team was 1983. So Northern Iowa kind of stands out on that list. There's a lot of Indiana State and Missouri State, but that was a significant offensive day for the Bison.
It really was, and it was so fun to watch our guys know how much they had these guys' number, especially in that second half where we could do anything we wanted running the football inside, outside, and then it set up some of those play action, big plays. And it wasn't even until the fourth quarter where we said, okay, Easton, we need you to use your legs and make some plays. And so really pleased with those guys, and we have to build on this offensively because I think there's still some things we can improve upon.
No doubt. Another road trip coming up. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And also how the equipment gets to the site on a road game. Very interesting story. Stay with us. Welcome back. How the Bison get the equipment to a road game has really grown over the years. First a semi came into the fold, then the trailer took on some Bison branding. But who is driving the semi changed for the first time in a long time this year. And it's a familiar face behind the wheel. Beth Houle has this week's Olaf Anderson construction feature story.
Wentz will keep. Toss it out wide open. Receiver line, and it's caught. That's the senior Jedry Sear with his first career touchdown.
Jedry Sear spent 5 seasons as a Bison football player, from walk-on to starter. He lives and breathes Bison pride. And now, 3 seasons after his last football game, he's serving the team in a new role.
Being a part of Bison football is really just a brotherhood that never ends.
NDSU athletics has been driven by GMR transportation since they started taking a semi on the road. But this year, that was changing.
Mike Potteraz, who had been driving, and then his son Steve had helped. Mike, he was retiring, and with him leaving the company, Steve had to kind of take over. So they weren't going to have time to do all the trucking, and they didn't have any drivers that could. And they asked us if we knew anyone that would be interested in doing it. So right away, we thought of Jedry and Sear Trucking as a natural option to take over it.
It's a dream come true for Jedry, and he says when he got the call this spring, it was a no-brainer.
When I was playing, I always wanted like my dad to be able to go and haul the equipment to the games. I thought it'd be cool, and to get to see the truck there, and I thought it'd be cool to be a part of that.
Jedry drove for his family's trucking company, Sear LLC, while he played for the Bison. Based out of his hometown in Glendon, Minnesota, he now crosses the upper Midwest full-time in his NDSU cab. With this new job added to his workload, he has the chance to truly combine his 2 biggest passions and gain a little perspective along the way.
You really appreciate all the people that put all the time that they have into really the whole process of going on an away trip just to allow you to be able to play the game.
The ultimate teammate when he was on the roster, the NDSU Athletic Department is grateful to be able to bring him back as a part of the team.
As someone moves on, someone else comes in, so it's kind of like we tell the players next man up. Jedry was just the next man up, and he has kind of taken it and run with it, and we're really excited about it.
Jedry hopes to run with it for the long haul.
I hope to do this till I die. I think it'll be a long relationship.
For the Bison Football Show, I'm Beth Wool.
Pretty cool, Coach. Jedry Sear, a player. Now he's driving the semi, and he takes great pride in it.
He does. How great is that? That's given back to the program that's given him so much, and everybody loves Jedry. Everybody, all of our players love seeing Jedry on the sideline and things. Such a neat story, and so happy that Jedry's taken the time to be able to do it and help our football team.
You know, when they're done playing, to step up and provide to the program in a different manner in some other area, I think that's the real cool part, that Jedry is willing to do that.
Yeah, absolutely, and he loves doing it, loves being around the guys, and, you know, once a Bison, always a Bison, and this is his way of giving back. It's a cool story.
It really is. In this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, another familiar name has surfaced. We all remember MJ Stumpf, the great player from Harvey, North Dakota. His younger brother Mark is now in the program as well. And he looks a lot like MJ, long and athletic with a nose for the football, playing the same position. Following his brother's footsteps at NDSU was very important to him.
I wasn't highly recruited out of high school. So, I mean, I was a walk-on here, but my brother played here, and he was pretty much the main influence on coming here. So, I mean, came to almost every home game, watched him play. I loved him. It was amazing. So, I mean, it was a pretty easy decision once I got the walk-on offer to come here.
Coach, pretty good, really good true freshman linebacker crew, but Mark has kind of stood out, hasn't he?
He really has. He's done a really nice job. He's taken some reps at practice. We're still trying to redshirt him, but talk about a guy that bleeds Bison green, and I think he's going to have a tremendous career. We're excited about him.
Yeah, no doubt. You look at Cava and Cardis and Jasir Cox. That's a really good group of freshman linebackers.
It really is, and they're continuing to get better. They're learning from Dan and Levi and Jabril and Merck and stuff, and so we're really pleased with that young group.
Western Illinois is next. We'll talk about it. Stay with us. Quick comment on Western Illinois, Coach.
Another tough opponent on the road. We have to have a great week of preparation.
That's our Verizon look ahead. It's the Bison in Western Illinois. We'll recap that game for you next week. Should be a fun one. The Bison are 5-0. Enjoy it, everybody.